Welcome back. So let's take you back to our breaking story now. The South African National Taxi Council has announced a strike across Gauteng tomorrow. Commuters in the East Rand were stranded earlier after a shutdown over the impounding of vehicles due to permits. Now, Gauteng Transport MEC Kedibone Diale Tlabela joins us now for more. MEC, a good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us outside there in Ekurhuleni. We saw some very frustrated commuters today in Kempton Park, for instance, unable to make their way home. Talk to us about what you have seen there in Ekurhuleni so late at night, conversations that you've had as well with the taxi operators.
Thank you very much. Let me thank South Africans and people of Ekurhuleni that saw fit to assist commuters who rely much on the taxi industry to be taking them home after work. We are here now. It's only a few that are remaining, and we will be sitting soon with a team from Ekurhuleni. The mayor is here with us just to look into what are the plans for tomorrow morning. And we want to apologize to people of Gauteng. I think the taxi industry is starting a big problem for themselves also, not only for us as government. But I think in our talks with the minister is we need to look for alternative transport for people of Ekurhuleni, because Santaco, as led by Ntate, has pronounced itself that they are not working tomorrow. But we just want to send a warning to them that if you do not come to work because illegal operating taxis are impounded, it means they do not want to work. And it means as a Department of Roads and Transport, we need to look into alternatives to assist people in Gauteng, in Ekurhuleni, with transport, public transport services. So we will be looking into alternatives for tomorrow, and we will make sure that no commuter is inconvenienced. Our law enforcement teams are on the ground to make sure that there is no disturbances experienced tomorrow. So we will also still be here tomorrow morning to see it through, and to make sure that there are no challenges.
Yeah.
So we're saying to our commuters, we apologize for the inconvenience, but there's no way we are not going to enforce the law. And I think that's the expectation from the side of commuters themselves, and we apologize for the inconvenience that they're experiencing.
And I know that you did touch on this, but just for the sake of clarity, for the sake of our viewer, what you were hearing from Santaco about the particular areas that will be impacted, MEC?
I didn't hear his interviews because I've been in meetings the whole day, but from the clip that I have access to, and Ntate is believing that he can stop operations throughout the province and throughout the country. We just want to send a warning to Ntate for it. He is not government. And if he's used to governing himself, unfortunately for him, we are more than ready. We are government, and he's not going to tell us on how to govern and how to enforce the law. The 17 taxis that he's worried about, they are operating illegally. They have not even applied to have operating licenses in Gauteng. And the taxi industry itself has been complaining about illegal operators, even suggesting that they're the ones who are perpetuating the killings in the industry. And we're doing what the industry asks us to do. That is enforce the law and ensure that you remove illegal operators on our routes. And that's what we are doing. We have removed, and we're going to continue to remove. There's no Mtali that is going to stop us from governing as government. Law enforcement agencies are ready, and to Ntate Mtali, please make sure you are on strike alone. Don't disturb anyone to transport people to different activities. No child will be stopped from going to school unless Mtali wants to see the might of the law.
Okay, now just to get your clarity, I've got a notice here in front of me, and I don't know if you're able to confirm or deny if this is accurate. But a notice that says the city is suspending Harambee bus operations amid this taxi strike. And I'm going to read out what I've got in front of me. From the city of Ekurhuleni, it says, the city notifies commuters that Harambee bus service operations have been suspended until further notice. The suspension of the bus service is informed by the currently ongoing taxi industry strike, which is expected to affect all transport provision in various parts of the city. Can you confirm or deny if this is true?
The challenge is ordinary minibus taxi operators who rely on putting bread for their children through this business are not like Ntate Mtshali, who's also a shareholder in that Harambe. He is the one who wrote a letter to the city that he will suspend the operation for buses. And we are having a discussion now. I'm with the mayor of the municipality. We're going to be sitting down immediately now to look into what are the alternatives to give people transport. And that's why we are saying to Ntate Mtshali that please do not stop men and women who wants to put bread on the table of their kids. He has alternatives himself. He's in many businesses. Leave those who want to provide taxi operation and taxi services to people. Yeah, now only alternative. So, re kopa gore a tlogele bontate a ba yeke ba sebenzela abantwana babo. Yena at least he's a businessman. He has other things to do, and others rely solely on this operation to put bread on the table of their children. So that Harambe thing, it's him. He wrote the city because he's part of that contract. He wrote the city a letter that he will suspend the operations.
Unfortunately, though, when you're speaking about, you know, drivers, taxi drivers, bus drivers that also want to put food on the table, but when the instruction is given, it is quite unlikely that you're going to find a taxi or a bus on the roads if that instruction has come, for instance, from a taxi association at the very top, because there is the fear of violence. So perhaps talk to us about where it is that commuters go then when they get up tomorrow morning to look for alternatives and where they need to go. Are you able to, at this point, just before 10 o'clock, give commuters before they head to bed alternatives of where they go? Yeah.
We are going into a meeting now. We were in a meeting throughout the day with the Minister of Police as well as Minister of Transport. Unfortunately for us, we're discussing other things, and this was also an issue. And that's why you see me also here in the city. I'll be meeting with the team from the city led by the mayor to look into what then becomes alternatives for tomorrow. And that's why we are also apologizing to commuters. And we are also calling upon Santaco and the taxi industry that as is now, the perception is you are very violent as the taxi industry. You are bullies, you are intimidators. Please stop what you are doing. You can't stop operation because 17 vehicles are impounded, vehicles that are operating illegally. Really, this is not on. It's uncalled for. And we are saying again, Ntate Mtshali, please refrain from what you are doing. South Africa is not about you, and we need to make sure that people get a better service.
When is the ministry and perhaps even your own office as the Transport MEC intending on next sitting with the taxi industry and leaders of Santaco?
In Gauteng, we meet them every day, every Friday. Tomorrow, we were having one-on-ones with all e-hailers as well as the taxi industry tomorrow in Pretoria, and we'll prioritize this issue. Unfortunately for me, I should also try to be here in the morning to see if people are moving swiftly. We are happy that our law enforcement agencies are on the ground to make sure that no one gets disturbed being moved from one point to another. Unfortunately, and there's an inconvenience to the people of Ekurhuleni. We are saying to them, please pardon us, we are sorting the mess. But Ntate Mtshali, we are calling upon you to stop the nonsense that you are doing.
And just before I let you go, I need to circle back to this because I think there's a clarity that's needed here. You talk about the city of Ekurhuleni in the greater part of the province. Could any other parts of the province outside of Ekurhuleni be impacted? Are you aware of any of that information coming to you?
I don't think other regions will join in what Mtshali is trying to do because Mtshali is the only one who's always absent from our Friday meetings. So he doesn't even have an appreciation of what gets to be discussed. We met with their national leadership. We were in a meeting with their provincial leadership. We are hopeful that they are not going to join this illegal strike that Mtshali is planning because of 17 illegal taxis. Then there must be strike in Gauteng. Really, this is not on. And I think Ntate Mtshali must think of the perception that the people have about the taxi industry. Once he loses them, they will never come back. And they need to work hard on their own image as a taxi industry, especially Santaco. Thank you.
Yeah. Gauteng Transport MEC, Kedibone Diale Tlabela, speaking to us there from Ekurhuleni, where she is on site watching as efforts are still being made at this point to get commuters back home. As you can see, all that activity behind her.